Hi guys. So I literally just got out of work and I just don't understand one thing at all. When is it ever okay to treat your employees the way that you do? Tell me, corporate America. Why is it so difficult for you to understand that people are doing the best that they fucking can and you treat your employees like shit? Okay? Like, what the fuck? I've been working my ass since I was freaking 18 years old. You know, trying to get to where I am. And then I get treated like shit all the fucking time. I hate going into work with already anxiety in my mind. Do you guys not realize how impactful this is? Nobody's fucking listening. Like, what the fuck? It's painful when you have your manager, supervisor, yell at you over something that you did wrong that was never fucking addressed. And even if it was addressed, it was half fucking vaguely addressed. And then you get mad because that one piece of missing information was not given to you and now they're upset. What the fuck? How the hell? Make it make sense. When is it ever okay? Tell me. Why? Why do you do this to the people that you need to work for? The people that are just tired, exhausted, because they're trying and nothing is working. Why do you do this to your employees? This makes no sense. Why am I sitting here crying over a fucking job? And I know the first thing, oh, get a different job. It's not that easy, buddy. It's not that easy. This fucking job market is not easy to get into. Okay? I'm barely even surprised I have a fucking part-time to just get by. This is the frustration nobody fucking sees. This is what fucking the world has come to. And then on top of that, people just walk all over you and treat you like shit all the fucking time. I'm tired. It's very exhausting. So for those of you who are going through hell and back just because work's treating you like shit and you're just tired of it and you don't know what to do, I'm here with you because this is ridiculous. Whatever fuck shit these damn boomers gave us is a damn lie. And whoever thinks that having a family-oriented work environment is healthy, it's not. Because I get treated like the redheaded stepchild all the fucking time. And it's insane. Never have I worked with an organization that has treated me and made me feel this bad. And I've been through hell. This is the worst.
Well, that's what the fuck you get for embracing feminism and trying to be a career woman. Goofy ass broad. Hey, shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, bro. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is going to be a real quick lesson. Looks appear, this woman, I don't know if she's Northern Kingdom or she can be Filipino. I don't know, maybe Filipino or some type of Brazilian or Northern Kingdom. But either way it goes, she's on here crying because she's getting mistreated at work. Well, you women, you decided you wanted to be equal to the man. You wanted to have equal rights. Okay, so now you have equal rights. You got equal lefts, and then you have equal consequences. Man up and deal with it. Okay, you chose to opt out the relationship with serving your man, and you wanted to go work for a corporation. Okay, do you not know that what employee means? Employee means to be in servitude or slavery. The whole concept of human resources and employment goes back into slavery. Okay, with human resources meaning that human trafficking or involuntary servitude over a particular group of people or substance, so to speak. So like when you go to your human resource department, you notice they have access to the books, the numbers. They know what HR or the HR department, they know exactly what department you're going to go into. They have your tax ID number. They have your social security number. You know what I'm saying? They know how much money you make. And the list goes on. And in slavery, you had women that was often often picked to oversee like certain men in the thing, because see, women had a fear of being raped or being without. So a lot of times Massa, he would set up women, predominantly black women, over certain I won't say he put them in charge, but they would basically be like rats, or they would be like point men. You know, they'd be like the eyes for the boss. You know, in case a buck is getting out of line, then he gets reported and he gets castrated, whether mentally or physically or however it works, and then that's the toll of it. So when you look on your paycheck or it says employee just another way of saying slave. Okay, and you women, you don't think that you're the ultimate slaves here in America. All right, let's look at this up. Employee means, come on, man, means slave. Let's see what it says here. See what we can find right here. It says, what is the difference between an employee and a slave? It says nothing. We are one and the same, except employees have rights. Well, yeah, because you have what they call affirmative action, and then you got the you got the particular tax codes, or you have what they call the tax credits in place. So they have to hire so-called minorities to work in jobs. You have to have like a certain number of minorities working for an organization in order for them to get tax breaks. So that's the only reason why they hire niggas. But see, they sell niggas a false dream to make it seem like, oh, your life can change here, you can get whatever you want, but yeah, you're just making somebody else rich. You know, it says words employee and slave are semantically related and have similar meanings. So let's see what it means here, because even then, slaves, I mean, they was not necessarily given salaries, but you had men. Like if you seen Django was given a high seat in Massa's house because, you know, he was eyes for Massa. He did everything. What his name is, Mr. Candy, the guy who Leonardo DiCaprio, his character, he basically did everything he did, and he was beating down on other Jake slaves. You know, and he got privilege in the house. He was the darkest house nigga. You know, he had the best foods, had the best rooms, and he was like a butler. You know, he was still a slave, but he still oversee, you know, the other niggas, so to speak. And when somebody got out of line, basically he snitched on them. So it says slave and employee are semantically related. In some cases, you can use slave instead of noun employee. Employee and slave are blah, blah, blah. Let's see. This doesn't really tell us anything. But basically, your employee, it goes back to being a slave. You know? And it's class systems in that. See here. It says the difference between employees and slaves. Just now, basically, you just get like you get basically just like a salary. But even in the scriptures, you had concept of you had slaves in the scriptures. You had people that work for you, you know, in indentured servants or servitude. You know, you work for a man for years and he pays your salary, then he lets you go, or you choose to stay with him. Then you got involuntary slavery, which we was forcibly put into captivity. Now your employer or your employer contract, it could be terminated through a verbal agreement, or they could just terminate it without cause, or you can say, you know what, just don't come back. Okay, so you have rights, so to speak, but even then you need money in order to live in this society, so you're still a slave to that. And most people don't give up their jobs because they have things or bare necessities they need to harbor in order to sustain their lives. And you women, you fell for the fucking okie doke. Okay, instead of you taking care of the house, doing what you were told, you'd rather go out there and make your own money, and this is the pain of it. Now she's crying crocodile tears, but yet this would be the same type of woman, and I'm just using her for an example, but this would be the same type of woman that's saying I'm independent. You know what I'm saying? I got my own, I don't need no nigga for shit, but look at the shit you got to go through. You know, and this is why we tell you women, man, being a career woman, that shit is overrated. Now in this society, you know, like the brother, what's the brother name? The head brother from Mississippi. I forgot his name, man. Salakia brother, but Spirit Wind Judah, he broke it down and he said, well, look, today's day you got women that's called Hebrew hustling. Basically a bitch, she'll use you by you being in the truth and claim to be an Israelite just to sit at home and do nothing. Like, nah, bitch, you gonna work. You gonna pay some bills. You know what I'm saying? Because for one thing, you have better opportunity than most men. Most men have blots on their records, or just the fact that you're a man, you can't really get ahead in this society. You know what I'm saying? You got to really grind until the wheels fall off versus you a woman. You got a set of titties, nice grade of hair, and a pretty smile. You can get a real estate gig, man, without barely knowing any damn thing. You know, so in this case, you women, you got to fucking work, man. Okay? And, hey, you got to take the load just like we took the load. You got to work. You got to help pay bills, and you got to bust your ass like we do while being in subjection to your men. Same thing with us. We're not designed to work no fucking 9-to-5 job, but hey, we still got to work, pay our bills, and fully submit to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So you think you just going to sit on your ass and get a free ticket off my dollar? You out your damn mind, man. Okay? Now, if we were sovereign, we had our own lands, we had our own rulership, then that would be a different story. Okay? There would be more than enough homework or housework for women to do so they don't have to go out and slave in the field. But nowadays, hey, you got to go out there, you got to work, and you got to help ends meet. You got to help me to make ends meet. And that's the definition of a help meet. Okay? Me personally, I don't prefer the woman I deal with to work, but honestly speaking, Jake don't make enough money to support women and 2 other kids, man. That's hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially the type of way inflation is going up. That's damn near impossible. But hey, if you brothers can do that, then more power to you. But hey, on this side of the tracks, it's not likely so. You know, so hey, she's finding out the hard way, and you women, you're getting ready to learn the hard way that this is what you opt in, so you need to deal with it. All right, this is the book of Isaiah 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "And he would destroy in the mountain of the face of the covering cast of all people, and the veil that is spread out over all nations." Man, and what's that veil? There's deception. Okay, the lies. You an independent woman. You can do what a man do. You know what I'm saying? You're equal. You're independent. You know, you got equal rights. You can beat up a man. All that's bullshit. And you hoes are finding that shit out, man. Okay, and you finding out that the only way and your only place in life is beneath the man. And I'm not saying it to be derogatory or to put you down, but that's the order of things. Okay, you're not mentally equipped to deal with the stresses of life that men can deal with. We're 2 different types of being. We're designed to do things, and you're designed to do your duties. Just like men, we can't handle physical periods, or we wouldn't be able to handle giving birth because that's not in our DNA. That's not in our structure. Okay, we go out, we labor, we work, and we do what we got to do to bring substance back to the family. Your job is to help your man. But see, a lot of you women are getting bullied on the job by your Edomite bosses. You know what I'm saying? So that you choose to sleep with them or you don't sleep with them, you still end up in a bad case. Because like I said, she must be part of some family business. But that's no better because family shit. To the point, I'm like, well, you my cousin. I ain't got to pay you. Well, I could pay you next month. Nah, nigga, run my bread. You know what I'm saying? I do my job, give me my money. That's the agreement. And y'all finding out, hey, my parents had a term. They had a term when they was getting ready to fuck you up called, I think it's fat meat ain't greasy or some shit. Fat meat is greasy or something. When they say that, you already know you finna get your ass whooped. So you women you're finding out. And she's crying. And I don't feel bad for her, man. Okay, as unfortunate as it may be for her, I don't feel bad for her because you opt into the bullshit, baby. Okay? You supposed to be with a man. You may have a husband. You may understand submission. But at the end of the day, this is what happens when you're emotionally invested. And I got a quick example, then I'm going to get the precepts. But I was talking about that today at work. And earlier this week, we had a meeting yesterday. And basically, we're being monitored. And they want to make sure we on point with our work. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I know I do what I got to do, and that's that. So I was talking to an older lady that worked in our department. And I came into, because, I was working on a different site. So I came in, and I'm like, what the fuck wrong with everybody? Because, when you have meetings, people gossip talk. It's a lot of favoritism. So I came in, everybody was just standoffish. And part of me, I don't give a shit, man. This is just means to an end for me. It's just income. I don't give a fuck with the way. Like my man Errol Spencer, he said, shit, I'll fight anybody if the money's right. So I don't really give a shit about none of it. It's just, all right, pay me my money and I'll go home. So I was talking to the lady and she was like, well, the thing of it is everybody's on edge. And she said, she said, you don't really seem like you're bothered by too much of this. I said, because I'm not. Because I said, you people, you're too emotionally invested. Okay, too emotionally invested in something that's going to fail. And when you have that mindset that things are going to take a turn for the left in Babylon, you don't let this shit bother you. Okay, I don't give a shit if they laid everybody off next week and they closed my whole gig down or the economy collapsed next week. I wouldn't give 2 fucks. And that's just honestly speaking. People are like, well, you need money. Well, I got the Lord, man. And the Lord will make a way. And it's coming to a time that we're going to have to walk away from all this madness anyway. And honestly, the sooner the better. We don't have to be boggled down with bills. Have to be bothered about fucking paying rent. Somebody cutting your lights off. Your heat ain't working right. You got fucked up, man. You know, your car note, car insurance, your car breaks down. Who wants to keep dealing with that shit? It's already hard enough, man. So I feel like, you know, one stressor less or three, then we good. You know? Like I tell people, I'd rather survive every day for my life fighting for it before I live like a free fucking slave. And you people, you love slavery, man. Okay? And it says he would destroy this melt in the face of the covering cast of all people and the veil that is spread out over all nations, man. And that's that deception, those philosophies. Okay? Esau has sold you the ultimate lie. And he packaged up a bag of shit and put it in a gold wrapper and threw it at you. And you open it up, and all of a sudden, it was nothing but shit in the middle of it. You know, he may sprinkle some glitter on that shit, you know, like the little cupcake glitter, put some icing on shit, made you think that it was chocolate pudding, and then you niggas ate it and you found out it wasn't right. Okay, bunch of dumbasses. We've been telling you women this shit. You better wake your ass up, man. And hey, don't come around us when shit hit the fan. Hey, you women that ain't trying to get right now, you ain't trying to get in order, don't fucking come back around us when you lose your job or when the economy goes bad or when you feel like, oh, well, I have no other way to go, so I need to try to get me a man of the Lord. Nah, bitch, don't fucking come around us. All right, straight up, man, because hey, you may get hit with a spiritual fireball. And it says, and he will swallow up death and victory, and the Lord Yahweh will wipe away all tears from all faces. Yeah, because it is a painful thing. Okay, but you women, you got to swallow your pride, and you got to eat of that. You got to drink of this cup too. Okay, we've been telling you that it ain't sweet, that this is madness. Like, why would you want to put yourself in this predicament? But that's what happens when you are too emotionally invested in Babylon. And majority of you people are you're too invested in nothing. Okay, and we're going to get the scriptures on that. And it says, and the rebuke of his people, and he should take away from all the earth, for the Lord have spoken it. So that's a cut to this nigga Nate talking about 1,000 years this devil is going to come back. How he's going to come back in power? Okay, how he's going to overtake us when we got spiritual power? That's a suicide mission, man. That's just like me trying to fight the Most High. Now, that ain't going to happen. Why would I fight a power that I can't even fathom? Okay, I mean, pride ain't that. I mean, pride is a motherfucker, but I don't think Esau he's prideful, but he's not stupid at the end of the day. But then again, you know, he's the devil. Let's just say if he was around, who says that he wouldn't try it? But he's not going to have the ability to try it. And we ain't going to never go off, you know. But it says, and it should be said in that day, lo, this is our power. We have waited for him, and he will save us. This is the Yahweh. We have waited for him, and we will be glad and rejoice in salvation, man. And them days are coming when all our tears of sorrow, you know, pain, suffering, dying, you know, like I read an article, a baby got juiced up, man, and the little homie died 2 days later, suffering. Like, what the fuck? Newborn baby just come fresh out the spirit world, you know what I'm saying, out of the womb, you know what I'm saying? Just 9 months ago, he was in the spirit world, and all of a sudden, he's going right back because somebody did something nefarious to him. This is the world we're living in, and this is the world that you people bought into, which is a horrible investment, man. Okay, you've paid for a heap of nothing. You paid for something that looked good, and you found out the transmission went out on your ass before you got up the block. And you got to pay a lot of money to get it fixed. And honestly speaking, hey, I guess you can't put a price on stupid, huh? Hey, we told you. Next precept, Micah 2, and I'm going to start at verses 10. It says here, it says, arise and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It will destroy you even with the sword destruction. And this woman, she's broken. I mean, she's literally broken because, see, what happens is people, they take pride in their jobs, their careers, and they take it home with them. You know what I'm saying? You got people meeting deadlines. They're cutting into family time to meet a deadline for an Edomite that don't care whether you work that next week or he fire your ass today. You invest in all your emotional time that to the point you don't have no emotional time for your husband. By the time you get home, you're too tired to cook. You can't rub his back. You know, you're neglecting him. Here, he may have had a bad day on the job, or he may be suffering from some type of emotional distress. Because, yes, us men, we do go through emotional breaks more often than not. Though you don't probably know, men go through a lot of emotional up and downs, man. Especially Ben in Babylon, especially the Jake men. Okay, but you don't have that type of time to give him because you've totally invested your womanhood into a fucking job, man. You know, and you wonder why your relationships don't work. You know, keep work at work. And even though that's easier said than done, you have to have a mindset of telling yourself, this shit is not that important. At the end of the day, my man or my family was more important. I could walk away from this shit and got faith that the Most High is going to look out for us. That's the type of mindset you have. Well, how I'm going to feed my baby. Look, that if a woman say some shit like that, she ain't with you, man. Okay, if she say, well, how I'm going to feed my child, which is a legitimate concern, but if she's voicing that to you after you've already told her, look, just depend on the Lord, that ain't going to do nothing for these people, man. I'll believe in the Lord. Oh, yeah, like that's going to work. Okay, sure. God never answered my prayers. Well, maybe because you a fucking demon. You know, but she's broken. Look at her. I mean, she looked like her husband just left her. You know, and like this comment here, I read it earlier, says, you're going to learn, nigga women. Isaiah 4:1, that's your boss, your men. You women better share him. You know what's so weird? I agree with that statement because your man technically is your head. Okay, the man, he controls the household and he dishes out the work accordingly. Okay, that's in the script. You can find that in the law. You can also find it in Sirach, the 3rd chapter, when it stated that the father basically the blessing of the father established households, man, but the curse of the mother outrooted foundations. So there's precepts to back that up. But overall, women will go and work under one dude and yet fight over a job that he's hired several other women, but they'll get a husband's shit for having for having 2 wives, man. But yet you working for a dude, you may be blowing his rod, and Keisha may be fucking him too, and yet y'all don't have a problem with each other. Why? Because he's passing out a paycheck that don't even have a fucking signature on it. You know, it's stupid as all hell, man. Okay, but anyway, it says, rise and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So the Lord told us not to fully invest in this place, man. Okay, you ain't supposed to be investing in this place because it has nothing to offer you. Okay, this is just means to an end. You have to look at Babylon or America as a pit stop before the kingdom. You know, it's just like a temporary apartment. You know, you do what you got to do with it until it's time for you to move. You pack your bags and you get the hell out of here. And right now, hey, my spiritual bags are packed. They're by the door and we're waiting on our ride, man. Okay, we're waiting on the horn when you how about Shemai shot to blow the horn, and that go a chariot right there. Just came out of nowhere. That's that chariot that the brother saw yesterday, and it's just there because we're being watched, man. You know, so call Allah how about Shemai shot, man. The Lord is always watching. But anyway, this is another precept. This is the book of Titus 2, and I'm gonna start at 3. It says, the aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, which you women at IUIC, you don't take heed to that. It says that they may teach the young women to be sober and to love their husbands and love their children. Just say nothing about working no goddamn 9 to 5 or being a career woman. It says loving your husbands and your children. That's your job. Taking care of the house, making sure everything is in order. Being your husband's, hey, you got, and like the brother said, you got to be your husband iPhone. Hey, baby, do you remember you got the clothes at the cleaner? You got to make sure, baby, you got to go get your car looked at. Babe, here go your lunch. She's supposed to remind you of these things because we're overloaded. And it takes so much burden off the men when you have somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody that want to get in the driver's seat and push you out the way. How we both going to be in the driver's seat? We going to end up crashing, man. Can't be 2 drivers in one seat. Don't work that way, you know, and it's simple. And when a woman is in her proper role, in her place, she feels good doing it because she feels that she's contributing to something. But instead, they pass this false image, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and all this other shit. And before you know it, you a career woman. Oh, I got to get my own bag. Look, man, only bag you're going to get is one that's going to zip you up in the morgue and take you out of it and inseminate your body if you keep that behavior up. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: in the time we coming in a short while, a lot of you women, you're gonna start getting picked off, man. Okay, and it says here to be discreet, chaste meaning not promiscuous, man. Not going out, not showing your cleavage, not hanging out with a bunch of career women, you know, a bunch of black ass women that's into spirituality, playing with crystals, trying to trap men, bring judgment, bring sickness to men, because they're not piping to your fucking tune. You know? Wow. It's 2 chariots right there. Call Allah, how about Shimei Shai. Yep. That's it's a chair, two chairs. There's one is sitting there, one going by. Call lawyer, how about Shimmy Hawashai? Yeah, man. So yeah, the Lord, man, hey, look, time is near. All right. And the Spirit of the Lord is out heavy on his men, telling you exactly what we need to do before the coming of the day of the Lord that we're so quickly approaching. All right, this thing is getting ready to go down. And I pray that 2024 is the year all hell break loose. And it says to be discreet, okay, meaning low key. Everybody ain't got to see you. Everybody ain't got to hear you. Okay, you just play your part as a woman. And this is the reason why a lot of you have relationship problems, because you don't take heed to what's being written. Okay, you don't listen. Okay, and it says here, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. It says keepers at home. Now, we understand that you have to work today because, I mean, things are high. And honestly speaking, hey, shit, you need to have a job. Now, if I can afford to keep you at home, then cool. But if you want that Hebrew hustling shit, then it's not going to work. Well, I just want a Hebrew Israelite husband because I know he's going to take care of me. I'm not required to do nothing but sit on my ass. Nah, you going to do something. You going to bring me some income in this house. Because a righteous woman, she would bring her money to her men and let him dish out things accordingly. Because your money is an extension of his. Okay, or your money, yeah, your money is really his money, and he dishes out what he needs to do with it. He say, well, look, baby, this is going on the bills, this is going here, and here, this is for you, getting by whatever you want, you know what I'm saying, treat yourself to something, and bam, this is how it works. But shit, she feel like, well, nigga, I'm the one that's clocking 9 to 5. You ain't doing it, because they don't have that type of loyalty to us, man. They don't understand submission, and this is why she's all fucked up. And I don't feel bad for her, because, hey, this is going to be all you women in a second. You've invested your time in this shit. I've seen women bugging out all week at my job because they feel like they've invested so much time and they're not getting the recognition they deserve. Well, you go home and you get your validation there. You know, it says, good obedience to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. Okay, so basically, if you ain't submitting to your husband, that's equivalent to blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, man, or the blasphemy of the word of the Most High. Okay. Which we know the Holy Spirit is the understanding of this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. It's a literal spirit that gives us understanding and knowledge, man, which is sitting down from Yahweh Shai himself. Read John 6 and 63. All right, I got one more precept, then I'm going to end it. Yep, this is the book of Isaiah 30. The whole chapter, really, 30 all the way down to 11 is good. But I'm going to go down to verses, let's go down to verses 12. It says here, hold up. Yeah, it says, because you trust in oppression. Yep, I'm going to start at verses 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophecy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophecy deceits. And this is what Jake wants us to do, man. Okay, verse 9, it says, this is a rebellious people, lying children that would not hear the law of the Lord, okay, which say to the seers, which the seers is another way of saying prophets. And it says, see not, and to the prophets, prophecy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophecy deceits, man. Okay, and this is what Jake wants us to do. Okay, they want us to be integrated with the failing society. Why don't you guys just play along and get along? Why y'all gotta always preach that doom and gloom? Get over it. You know what I'm saying? And people hate us because we're literally trying to seek the ways of old. Okay, putting things back in order. No, this is the way it's done. This is how we do it. You know, but they want to beat us over the head to try to get us away from the laws of the Most High so we can stay in sin and wickedness, which is wicked. But it says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus says the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stayed thereon. And she trusts in oppression. And this is the reason why she's fucked up, because she has no faith outside of this place. Okay, Jake does not have faith. Okay, you people don't have faith, period. You know, you only believe in something you can tangibly see. Yet you can't see when, you can feel it, it's there. But yet you still don't believe it's there because you can't see it. Okay? But it says here, therefore, shall this iniquity, or therefore this iniquity, which is sin on top of sin, should be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out a high wall whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant, man. Okay? And that's the point. She's broken. And this is going into judgment as coming down as a as calamity, but she's broken, man. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom.
into work with already anxiety in my mind. Do you guys not realize how impactful this is? Nobody's fucking listening. Like, what the fuck? It's painful when you have your manager, supervisor, yell at you over something that you did wrong that was never fucking addressed. And even if it was addressed, it was half fucking vaguely addressed. And then you get mad because that one piece of missing information was not given to you, and now they're upset. What the fuck? How the hell? Make it make sense. When is it ever okay? Tell me. Why? Why do you do this to the people that you need to work for? The people that are just tired, exhausted, because they're trying and nothing is working. Why do you do this to your employees? This makes no sense. Why am I sitting here crying over a fucking job? And I know the first thing, oh, get a different job. It's not that easy, buddy. It's not that easy. This fucking job market is not easy to get into. Okay? I'm barely even surprised I have a fucking part-time to just get by. This is the frustration nobody fucking sees. This is what fucking the world has come to. And then on top of that, people just walk all over you and treat you like shit all the fucking time. I'm tired. It's very exhausting. So for those of you who are going through hell and back just because work's treating you like shit, and you're just tired of it, and you don't know what to do, I'm here with you because this is ridiculous. Whatever fuck shit these damn boomers gave us is a damn lie. And whoever thinks that having a family-oriented work environment is healthy, it's not. Because I get treated like the redheaded stepchild all the fucking time. And it's insane. Never have I worked with an organization that has treated me and made me feel this bad. And I've been through hell. This is the worst.